Decorator.Clerk is joining me in studio now. She's going to introduce us to the brand new cake decorating trend called Steampunk. You just briefly described this to us a little bit earlier. It's about gadgets and almost industrial.
Yes.
All right, cool. Show us how you do this.
Okay. So the thing is that obviously doing this, a lot of people think that they have to also have specific things to make steampunk because it's a lot of gears in. You get a lot of stuff. But sometimes you just buy it and it's one cake, a couple of cakes, and then it's finished. So I recently did a steampunk cake for a big collaboration from artists around the world, and I decided I couldn't buy everything. So I just used the stuff that I have. So the one thing that I do have is one of these, okay, whether it be a gear or I don't know what it is, but it's something. So I've prepared it here and I put it in the middle. So I'm just going to make kind of like a gadgety kind of a watch kind of thing, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these. They are quite specific to colors as well. So copper is a good color and the grey of metal. So it's basically that. We also use a little bit of green for like copper, what's it, oxidization?
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
So I'm just going to use these base colors because we're going to brush it up later, okay? So I'm just going to use, here's my smoother so I can get a nice evenly rolled piece of fondant here. This is modeling chocolate with some plastic icing in it. Again, I'm going to show you the difference because if you use modeling chocolate with this, you can do a lot more. So I'm just going to put this.
So it's modeling chocolate with plastic icing.
Yeah.
All right.
It's about a 50-50 mix. I just find it to be a little bit too greasy if I use it 100%.
Just the modeling
because
chocolate.
I like to airbrush my cakes and I feel like it doesn't work so well. And the great thing about steampunk is that every join you can just make like a metal join. So you can neaten it up and.
So it's very rustic.
I wouldn't say it's rustic. It's more. It's no, very much more precise. But because it's metal work, we can just put like a rivet hole here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to take another one. And this is not here where the other gears come in, which.
And was this just something you had at home?
That's something I actually bought in the States at the beginning of the year when I was out there because I knew that I was going to be doing a steampunk cake. But then when I looked at everything, that's like 500 Rand. So, you know, for me to go and buy a couple of stuff for the cake, it's expensive.
It's expensive.
And that's when I started looking at steampunk and thinking, but you can, because, you know, my market is mainly men's cakes and boys' cakes, which people struggle with. So a lot of people now with Cake Boss, and they're very inspired, and a lot of girls want to do their own cakes. So I end up doing boys' cakes. So I'm always, you know, having now also 3 men in my house. I love it, and I've started to. I had always been I've made rivets, you know, for my boys' cakes, and it was just like a natural, you know, progression for me to think, oh, we'll just take it on to steampunk. Okay, so now I just wanted to make a gear that's going to go around here. Okay. So I've rolled out my paste again, and I'm just going to flatten it a little bit again with my smoother. Now you do get ribbon cutters that give a nice impression, but again we can just use our knife, and I'm just going to make these indentations here like gears.
Very cool.
And what's different about modeling chocolate is that when I take it now and I put it around here, it's not going to crack like it would with plastic icing.
So the key is really to mix them together.
So it's great, yeah. And some people struggle because if you've got hot hands, but you can also add a little bit of CMC or tile as well. You can, of course, cut it out, but I'm just going to keep mine flat like this.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm just going to put it around. So you're really getting that geary look. Can you see how? And you get, obviously, special things that do it. So this is just fun. And again, it's texture. I love texture. Okay. So then, of course, the rivets. I love these and all these little bits, okay? These are just flower centers.
Okay.
Okay. So here I've just got a little bit of maize flour in this,
Yeah.
like a maize flour bag, okay? Because they do tend to stick a lot. And then I'm going to just take that extra board here by you. And, well, this can be a little bit laborious when you're having to do like a big steampunk. But I like to just roll the balls like this. And make sure that they're not going to stick. And we just, it's going to be a little bit too... And you see how that looks great.
Yeah, wow.
Look at that. And then I just put like a rivet hole in it.
Nice.
And you can make big ones.
Who knew? This looks so difficult when you're looking at it. But it looks
you've
so
seen
easy
how,
when you're
how
doing
easy.
it.
It's really not. So, okay, so I'm going to make a different size one. Yeah. And again, we can just make a rivet hole here. And of course, small ones also very cute. Okay. And then we just put them over onto our and use one to even cover our join here. And a couple of these. Oh, and then I wanted to show you one more thing that I found, which is fantastic. This is a quilter. And cakers use it for everything. So it's like if you were making clothes on something, then you just put this like for the seam.
Right.
For the stitching.
Yeah.
And this is fantastic for a steampunk cake. Look at this. Who would have said that a quilter could be for steampunk? I haven't done it too neatly, but yeah. So that's also something that's fantastic. We can even do a few here. Hey.
So anyone watching who wants to make a cake for the men in their lives,
there we
this
go,
is the trend to go
steampunk,
for.
yes. And I'm sure it'll also catch on for wedding cakes as well.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. There we go.
Good.